Unlike other college campuses, Marymount University has a lot of school spirit. No, I'm not talking about the cheerleaders or the students around campus. I mean actual school spirit. Hidden right between Berg and the library hides the Birch Campbell Cemetery. These two families owned the property long before it became Marymount University. These families buried in this plot span from over 200 years. The earliest gravestone dates back to 1841, 100 years before Marymount ever existed. John E. Birch left a message to his mother on his tombstone that read, "Weep not for me, O mother dear, I am not dead, but sleeping here." Buried here are 18 people. Interestingly enough, the last person buried was Frederick Ernest Campbell, happening in 1959. That is only 9 years after Marymount became an all-girls high school back in 1950. But who exactly are these people? No one really knows, but their spirits live on. Having a cemetery on campus is pretty creepy, right? Well, get ready to be creeped out even more. Over the years at Marymount, we have been hearing about different rumors and stories that may have you believing that it is haunted. We decided to start looking around to see if other students would be willing to share any information of their haunting rumors or possibly have any stories themselves.
Alrighty, so thank you for taking this call. I know you said you wanted to stay anonymous, but any type of information really does help us out.
I was a resident of Raleigh my freshman year. If you're in the halls at night, you can hear children laughing, which freaked me out. Then I feel like that kind of came true. The following year when I found out my suite mate, she used to live in Raleigh her freshman year. And what had happened was she was in the shower and there was nobody in there when she got it. And then apparently a bunch of people were like laughing and talking or something, and she went to go check to see who was in the bathroom with her, and there was nobody. Like there was nobody even in the halls. So also during my freshman year, there's another girl who hung herself in between the bridge that goes from Raleigh to St. Joe's.
So if random laughter isn't enough to weird or creep you out, this next story might. Here's what student Kevin Martinez had to say.
So when I was a junior in Girard 3, I had a roommate. He doesn't go here anymore. He was on a soccer team. But we had an Xbox and a TV, and we played FIFA like almost every night. Except for this one time, we played FIFA and like we fell asleep, so we didn't turn off the Xbox or the TV. So the Xbox turned off automatically, which is like pretty normal. But then the TV turned into like static, which was weird, so that woke us up. And then like for 5 minutes, we just left it there. And then the Xbox turned back on and then went back on FIFA like that. So it was pretty weird, but we didn't think about it that much because we were like, it's a video game and like it happens like that. So then literally like the next night, my friend had like a glass cup on his drawer. It was a pretty heavy glass cup because you know glass cups are like pretty heavy and stuff like that. So it was around like 2 a.m. we were sleeping. Then we heard something like fall into the floor, but we didn't really like think about it because we were asleep and we just want to go back to bed. So then he woke up the next morning and he saw it like broke, and he was pretty mad, but he was also astonished because like the window was closed and like it was pretty heavy, so like the only way it could fall off was if somebody pushed it.
Kevin wasn't the only one that witnessed freaky things going on in the Girard dorms at night. Manasseh Narayo also had the two same instances happen to him on two separate places of campus.
So one night in Girard 3010, it was quiet, I was doing my homework, then all of a sudden, I heard voices just whispering in my ear. They were whispering, "Manasseh, Manasseh." I looked at my roommate to see if it was him, but he was asleep. 'Cause where else would that voice be coming from? It was just so weird. Then I was in GAIAC, and I was in the ceramics room. There was nobody there, and then I heard voices. But it couldn't have been anything else, so I don't know. All in all, I don't believe Marymount's haunted or not, but something fishy's going on.
Now, out of all of the stories that the students have shared with us, this one by far is the creepiest. Roommates Bree Wilford and Andrea Horn were so spooked by what happened that they had to call in Marymount University's chaplain, Father Rampino, to come bless their dorm. Listen to this story and see why.
But the first time, it like really freaked me out. I was alone. I think I was like in the shower or something, and then I heard like banging, and I just assumed like Callista and Andy were here, and I heard like moving around. It almost sounded like furniture was moving out here. It sounded like I could hear like talking, you know, and stuff like right outside the door. And I came out and there's like nobody here, and that stuff happened a lot. But that really freaked me out.
So folks who come up in that kind of a tradition where we just bless things will simply ask me to bless their rooms because that's what you do. That's just what Catholics do. And then there are others who will have concerns, who are afraid that they might have some kind of a haunting situation going on in their room and would like that to end, of course, and so would ask me to bless.
It was like Friday the 13th we decided to get our room blessed, and that was also the same day that my makeup like flew off of the sink. Both of my like eyeshadow palettes just came off the sink, you know, all over the floor. And I was pissed because my makeup was everywhere, but like you couldn't explain it. No one was even in the bathroom. The door was shut, you know, we were all here, and then it just flew off. But that was like right after got blessed, so I just kind of thought it was like them being angry that like we were trying to get rid of them.
It started to get really weird, and we saw like figures all the time and was hearing like really loud slams. And yeah, we talked to the chaplain about it, and he was like, well, that's happened a lot, we can come bless your room. And I was like, okay, yeah.
No matter what the reason, it's an excellent thing to get your room blessed, always, whether or not that's just because you want to do that as part of your devotion and piety, or whether there's some kind of other influence you want to cast out.
After it got blessed, there was like a couple instances where like we heard weird noises and we saw a couple things, but ever since we got it blessed, it hasn't been as bad as it was.
So, out of all of these stories that you've heard today, do you think Marymount's haunted? Let us know.